Hi, my name is Gary Friedman. I'm a Sony photographer from the USA. The camera of choice is the Alpha 99. This is one of the best cameras in the world for a lot of good reasons. For one thing, a lot of point-and-shoot cameras have this feature, but no high-end camera does. If you want to shoot at unusual angles and have creativity, having an articulating display like this really helps. In addition to that, you have a solid TV screen here, so you can see your white balance and see exactly how the image is going to look before you shoot. And it'll play it back for you as well, so you don't have to start to go chimping like this all the time. It's a wonderful thing. Autofocus during movies is now seamless and fast. It's a great synergy of design. Plus, this is the highest quality sensor that Sony has ever produced. 24 megapixels, full frame, great at high ISO, and low noise.
So in my camera bag, I have the A99 and a backup A900 in case something happens out there. And the lens, I always use the 70-200 Carl Zeiss G lens. And the 24-70, I have it as a backup too, but most of the time I'm focused on using the 70-200, and that's because it helps to compress the perspective, as that's how I like my photos to look. And yeah, with the wide aperture, and it helps to make the blur pictures more blur, but more in a more for blur pictures, it's even more important to have a very good quality lens so that the pictures come out as desired.
Okay. My favorite body is Alpha 99 with a new planar 50mm lens. Yeah, I think that it's the best for every photographers and also for me. Yes, it has a translucent mirror, so I can easily enlarge the focus area. So we can check the focusing before taking pictures. Yeah, sometimes the accuracy of the autofocus is not good. So, but if the I use the enlarged focus image, in that case I can easily find focus or not focused. Yeah.
Well, I'm using a A99 as well as Nex 6. I've been a long time Sony user, starting out with the Alpha 900, and for me there's several features that make it a game changer. I think that the A99 is the camera of the future, and I can tell you what, I'm not a technical person, but what I like about it and what for me works using it is, first of all, the articulated screen. I find this to be very valuable. I am using that more than the eye level because I'm finding I can vary my angles very much more easily and catch the moment from the live view screen, which is absolutely game-changing. Number two is the mirrorless technology, which without the SLR mirror coming up and down, you're watching the live action in front of you happening almost in what seems like slow motion. So if you're an action shooter or a street shooter, you are never missing a moment in that you can see. For example, in the today's fashion show, you could see every step the model was taking. You weren't blocking the view with a mirror, so this is a great help for anybody who's concerned about those tiny moments which make one picture better than another, and you can see it happening in front of your eyes. And I like the DRO because this DRO controls the contrast, and I set it normally at 3, and that for me provides a softer file that with contrast, manageable contrast, so This is something you could never do with film, where you'd have to filter or fill strobe it in order to balance the contrast. With DRO, you dial it in, and it's really handy. So that's what I like about it. Summarize, well, live view and articulated screen and no mirror are the game changer parts of the camera that I love.
I use the NEX7. I have the full range of NEX lenses. I've got the 18-200. I use that about 70% of my work because a lot of it's studio based. It's a fantastic lens. It does pretty much everything I need in a lens. I've also got the macro and the ultra wide, which I use a lot for interiors. They're a good combination. These are the three lenses I use the most. For a bit of portraiture work, I will use the Carl Zeiss, but otherwise the 18-200 has always been my standard go-to lens. What do I like about the Sony lenses? I think the optical quality is fantastic. The NEX7 allows me portability as opposed to a large DSLR. It's a lot more easier to carry around. I don't have to worry about weight. And also it gives me very close to what I can consider to be used as commercial grade production quality for my work as well. The 99 is of course a full frame. It's a different league altogether, but the 7 is able to cover about 70% of my work just by using a much more compact body. And that's my lenses and my camera.